Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. And today I'm here with some great friends of mine. I'm the Raw Doctors. Here's Rick and Karen Dina. Say hello. Give us a Brooklyn, what's up?
Brooklyn, yo, Brooklyn.
All right.
What's up?
What's up? All right, that's good. All right, just say kid at the end of that, then you're talking Brooklyn.
What's up, kid?
There you go, all right. All right, here's Rick, who does a great impression of Paul, but we'll save that to the end.
Okay.
So Rick, tell us, Rick, I know you've been up to a lot of things, and you teach a class called Raw Science, the science of raw foods.
Science of raw food nutrition.
Science of raw food nutrition. But there's so many people in the raw food community that talk about, you know, things that they think they know, but there's only one way to really tell, by checking the chemistry behind it and the science behind it. And that's what you and your wife Karen really do. So first tell us your background, how you learned about this, and what's your medical background and history and so on.
Well, we're both doctors of chiropractic. Karen also went to Bastyr University Naturopathic Medical School for 2.5 years. And if you're a medical doctor, a naturopathic doctor, a 4-year one, a doctor of chiropractic, or an osteopathic doctor, so doctor of osteopathy, you are a primary healthcare provider in the United States. It means you go to school for 4 years and you study all the basic sciences and you learn things like lab work. Now, they just teach you the textbook basic stuff there, but it gives you a good foundation. To really understand what's going on, you've got to have some clinical experience. And for myself, there was 4 years that I spent at a fasting center looking at patients' blood work pretty much every day, seeing what happens as they go on a fast and get healthier, and we'd see things change. And we've also had a number of patients who we've done the same things with over the years. So we have oftentimes a much different perspective on lab work than a typical medical doctor would, who just knows the textbook things and how people respond to medications and not necessarily how they respond to nutrition. So in the not too distant future here, we're going to be offering some coaching services, and one of the things that can be involved in that is going over people's blood work and getting a raw food, more holistic perspective on that. And things that your medical doctor maybe even wouldn't know, or just doesn't have the time to go over and tell you.
Great, which is so important. I tell everyone that's the true way to know, because the messenger is the blood is the messenger of the body, and that's how you can really tell what's going on. Now, what have you found? I know you looked at a lot of people's blood work and stuff. What have you found? The raw vegan diet. Have you found people should supplement with anything? I know it's an individualized thing, but have you found some 1 or 2 special nutrients that people are usually low in, and they should really look close to that?
Well, vitamin B12 and vitamin D are important nutrients for anybody, but including people on raw food diets, those can be low. Some people think, just get everything from the food, and you can do almost that with those 2 exceptions, and possibly DHA, a long-chain omega-3 fat. So those sometimes can be low on people, anybody. Those can be low on anybody, including raw food vegans. I don't think raw food vegans that are at extra special risk for that, for any of those.
And there are some raw fooders they don't want to be necessarily a vegan, and I'm not talking about raw meat eaters, but just people that want to add, a little animal products like raw milk and eggs and things like that. I just interviewed a couple of people who spoke about that. What's your opinion about that? Do you think it's helpful, it's necessary, or it's never all right?
Well, that's an interesting question, and everyone has to fit their individual needs and do what works for them. I personally have yet to be convinced that adding raw animal products to an already really healthy diet is going to show additional benefit. Some people say there may be. I have yet to be convinced of that. For myself, I've been a raw vegan for 22 years and seem to be holding up pretty well so far, and I know many other people in similar situations. So the thing is, though, I would probably rather see someone eat a free-range egg over a lot of the raw junk food that people are selling out there, for example, from a nutritional point of view. So really everything is along a spectrum. But to be super ideal, I don't see the need for it.
Great. And what about 100% raw versus adding a little cooked food? Do you think one's better than the other, or do you think it really doesn't make a difference?
I think it depends what the raw food is, and it depends on what the cooked food is. If I have the choice between chocolate cheesecake made with cashews and coconut oil, or I could eat some steamed broccoli, I would eat the steamed broccoli any day. So if you had someone who ate lots of fresh fruits and vegetables and some steamed broccoli and they were 90% raw, I think they'd be an awful lot healthier than someone who bases their 100% raw diet on nuts and seeds and dehydrated foods and complicated meals. So, but if you're eating super healthy and the difference is 10% steamed vegetables to make you 90% raw, or do you not do that to be 100% raw? I don't know, that's really an individual thing.
Great, and here's a really special question, because I've known you a long time, and as I tell all my viewers, you know, I would send people to certain people out there for counseling, but I'm very selective who I tell people to go to, and you're definitely at the top of my list. But the important thing is, you brought up chocolate you've mentioned, and from a scientific standpoint and your personal opinion as well, I know you do a lot of research on things before you talk about them. What's your opinion of cacao?
Well, I haven't done an enormous amount of research on cacao. There is some science showing it has some benefits, but you know, here's my thought on that. There's also science showing that aspirin has some benefits and other drugs have some benefits. The problem is they have other things that we don't want, and those are the side effects. So with cacao, okay, it can do some anti-inflammatory things and has some certain phytonutrients and all that type of stuff. But it's also, it's known to be a psychoactive substance, and it's also known within science to be an addictive substance. And that's not good. People can get all the benefits of that stuff without the drawbacks. So, you know, coffee has a lot of great benefits too, but it also has a lot of drawbacks. Same with aspirin, same with beta blockers, same with acid blockers. You don't need to get bad things in with the package to get the good things.
Do you think cacao's a superfood?
Absolutely not. I think it's a recreational drug.
Okay.
And also, like you point out, Paul, people usually mix it with concentrated sweeteners and fat, and it's usually about overindulgence and stuffing oneself and not listening to one's body. And whether it's cacao or anything else, that's not going to be a good thing.
And I don't recommend people ever eat chocolate. Use carrot powder. It's much better.
Carrot powder is delicious.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. So
I
moving
agree.
along, I know you believe in eating the real superfoods, the fruits and the vegetables. Do you think somebody can eat too many fruits?
Well, that's an interesting question. I wouldn't recommend a fruitarian diet, for example. A few nuts and seeds and a lot of vegetables those foods are a lot more mineral rich than fruit is. So you want to make sure you get lots of green vegetables in. You know, but I tell you what, a lot of people are afraid of fruit, and I don't think we should be afraid of fruit in general. If you're recovering from diabetes or getting over some type of major candida issue, there may be a time to avoid fruit for a period of time. As you recover from those conditions, though, you can start to add more fruit back into your diet. So, yeah, in some cases maybe you can do too much, but fruit isn't something to be afraid of as long as you're eating it along with a lot of vegetables and a few nuts and seeds and getting a good healthy mix in there. I think in general for most people that works really well.
But give us your website.
It's rawfoodeducation.com.
Wonderful. Well, you're the man. You're really the man.
Hey, I'm Paul Nissan. Look, it's dark outside and I got this big salad. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I travel all around. I talk to people about raw food, and I sell my books, and I get them. I tell them to quit eating the cacao. Man, that stuff's crap. You know, I don't beat around the bush, but you know, people like me, so I can get away with it. Hey, buy all my books and watch my video.
That was Rick's imitation of me. So maybe the real question of the day is, what did you think of his imitation? Just post that onto here, this video, and we'll see you soon on the Raw Food World. Have a great day and a great raw life.
This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life.